Yeah, it's nice to have it somewhat normal. It's been a while since we've seen a lot of these pretty faces in this room, especially Craig. But no, it's good. There's obviously no secret. There's 15, 16 new guys in this locker room, and change is scary, but it's fun. I think it's fun to see new faces, new personalities, new coach, pretty much a whole new everything. So it's fun. You get to be a part of something and build something from ground, step one.
Can you give us a little insight into your off season, what you focused on, maybe as a player, and anything you did to step away from the game for a little bit?
Yeah, I was here with Schmaltzy, and we had like 4, 5, 6 of us, kind of more young guys that we've done our summers, not the whole summer, but 70-80% of it out here. It's nice to train with the your teammates that you're with the whole year, just chemistry wise and joking around and relationships that go such a far way. But it's in the same time, once you're done with your training, it's nice to hang out with those guys too. Like you mentioned, we got away. We get to go to Flagstaff, Sedona, LA, kind of bounce around on the weekends and get away from all the heat and whatnot. So we've been pretty consistent with our training in terms of being out here, and we have all the resources in the world out here with the team. So it's been good. Another normal summer and doing whatever you need to do as a player.
Bill Armstrong described this roster as one that he sees being very hungry, quote unquote, as far as some veterans coming in playing for a contract next year, and you got young guys trying to get a spot in the NHL. Do you agree with that? Is that the type of team you want to be a part of?
Yeah, I think it's 100% spot on. You got a lot of young, draft picks or AHL guys with lots of roster spots open. Players like myself that are, in the middle of their career, it's a big opportunity for myself and a lot of us to take the next step in your specific career and take more ice time or a different role, or there's so many different ways you could look at it. So that's big for us. And then you have the veteran guys, like you said, that have maybe one more year on their contract or want to prove that they could earn another contract, or whatever it is. It's kind of in the same boat as the middle-aged guys, but there's not a person in the room that should be complacent in their situation. There's everything to be had, and that's such a unique situation. You don't get that opportunity a lot in the NHL to move up 2 lines or move up to the power play, or even just making a roster spot. You look at the league, it's maybe 1, 2, 3 spots open a year on a team, and it's pretty tough when you come into camp with 60 players. So it's exciting, and yeah, Bill's right. We should be a hungry team, and we have a lot of veteran guys that know how to play in this league, have won in this league. We have a lot of guys who are taking that next year, 5th, 6th, 7th year, and a lot of guys coming in. So in my head, it's a very, very big mix, and should gel together if you think about it. In the end, everyone wants something, and it seems to be all in one goal.
Go to Craig Morin.
Just feeding off that fish, and you and I talked about this up at the ice den. A lot of people said that they think this team could surprise. You really thought that when we talked the last time, that this mix of players could surprise some people.
Yeah, I mean, we all read the Twitters and the Instagrams and watch TV and projected at this and that, but like we talked about before, it's a little different when your whole roster is made up of under 21-year-olds or playing a lot of young kids, which we there was one point where me, Kels, Chick, Schmaltzy, Devo, we're all on the team at one point. We're all under 21 or 22. I think it's a little different when we have the Jay Beagles and the Roussells and the Strahlmans and these Andrew Ladd. I could go on and on with the people that we traded for, that they're veteran 10+ year players. One thing I've learned, and you could ask anybody, is it's very hard to win in this league, but there's a way to do it, and those guys have done it for multiple years. They've won playoff series. They've been on teams that probably weren't the most skilled or whatever it may have. And if you win 1-0, if you win 10-0, it doesn't matter. You win. And I think those guys, we're going to lean on them, especially a lot. Like I touched on before, myself and a lot of the kind of middle and core guys need to take a big step in our careers, and we could only help. And then those young guys, they're going to be working and be hungry for everything. And honestly, it's you put all those together. It's a hungry team and it's a desperate team, and you have veteran guys lead the way. I don't see in my head, I know we're projected one way or another, but you come out hot. You've seen it. We've seen it all in years past. Your goalie gets hot. You start out hot. You go on a stretch for a random stretch for 10 games where you win 8 or 9. It's anything could happen. So it's nice. I love that people are writing us off, because hopefully they don't take us. Hopefully they take us lightly coming in here, because I know from my belief, just being in day one, we're going to be ready. We have a lot of guys that you could just feel it. It's going to be a working year, but it's going to be fun.
Talked about next steps. Let's talk about that for you personally. What opportunities are there for you? In spite of all these new guys that have come in, what opportunities are there for you in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always, if anything, I've always wanted more ice time. I've played in just about every single different role you could play in a hockey team over the last 5 years here. So I've had the experience in just about anything. I think I pride myself on that, just being adjustable, whether it be first line with Schmaltzy or PK fourth lines. It's a different game. I think I've taught myself, and mentally I've learned how to play in pretty much every situation. But in my head, I think I look at this year as a big opportunity to offensively. I know I have that side of my game. I've scored 15, 16 goals before. I've scored double digits, but I think that not a lot, but it does help when you're playing certain positions, certain roles. Ozone draws, power play. There's so many different scenarios, right? So, but even with that, I'm not saying I need that to do that. I think I have the most confident and most best feeling I've had coming into camp here, just summer skates and doing stuff with Lars and even our team. I think this could be a really, really, really big year for me in terms of just ice time and opportunity and seizing that. You could give me all the ice time, I still got to do the work, right? So I think I have a lot more kind of offensive upside to me than people think, and this is a perfect situation kind of to prove that to people. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for myself and the whole team.
Hey, Christian, just one from me. With a new staff and new players, from a player's point of view, how long does it take you guys to fully ramp up, know what the coach wants, systems-wise, on and off the ice? What is that like as a process, and how long?
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously went from the transition from tip to talk, so I got to kind of go through that. And now, this is a little different. We have two new coaches, and then a lot of, staff, players. There's a whole new kind of regime here. But you hope it doesn't take too long, Matt. It's there's no real right answer. I could tell you that from just speaking with Bear and the players, we've already been on top of that stuff in terms of our breakouts and playbook and stuff like that. We've been sent some stuff and got to talk about that, and we've already been told that the first couple of days is we're gonna try to learn this quick as possible, because all the if you take an hour practice and it's just learning one forecheck, that's a full practice. We only have a certain amount of practices, and there's rules with how much time we could be here. So the quicker we learn, the more time for us to actually practice it. Just getting through that learning curve and it's tough because it's a new system. There's a lot of new players and new coaches, so it's a lot to process, a lot of information coming at you. But the quicker we do it, the quicker we learn it, and then we get good at it. So I wouldn't expect it to take too long. We're all NHL players. You need to learn how to learn quick and be adaptive, and we got 5 preseason games, and it's gonna come pretty quick. But I don't think it's nothing that we players can't handle.
Hey, Christian, good to see you, man. Is there any uniqueness, I guess, with having a team with a lot of veterans with something to prove, guys like yourself who've been here for a few years, and then kind of an eye towards the future with some of the younger guys?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the stats, but I'm sure there isn't too many teams in history to kind of have this amount of turnover in a year. I don't know if expansion teams even have. Like, it's got to be pretty close, but it's unique, but it's something. I mean, we can embrace it. I mean, it's like I touched with Craig. Everyone has this written off. It's, you know, as a player, as a person, if you're a part of this organization, you look at that. If that doesn't fuel you to want to, you know, shove it down their throat or do anything and work harder, then I don't really have an answer for you. But I'm telling you, I have a weird belief that, you know, these veteran guys, it doesn't matter what your age is or what happened in the last year or two in their career, if they haven't played or buried on another team, they're really good players, and everyone's getting a fresh start here. So it doesn't matter what, you know, if you played half the games last year, if you played in the AHL last year, you're getting a fresh opportunity here. And there's a lot of guys that have a lot of skill. You look at every other team, that you always have that one guy or a couple guys that, especially expansion teams, you see it, that you have no idea about, and the next thing you know, he's an all-star, you know, or he's a really good player that just wasn't given opportunity at another team or another level. So it's fun. I think you're going to see our team embrace this kind of, you know, underdog mentality. We're a hardworking team where we know what we have in the locker room, and it's going to be fun just to see us come together kind of as a team. And I think that's the one thing. If we could find a way to come together and have everybody on the same page and working as just hound dogs for 82 games, you know, he's just going to decide itself. I think we could surprise a lot of people just on pure work ethic, pure determination that some teams might just not have.
Hi, Christian. I'm just curious, what do you think about bringing back the white throwbacks, and if you're excited to wear those this year?
Yeah, no, that's the best thing that's happened here in the last little bit. That's the best. That's when you wake up to a notification with Coyotes. That was the best one that's happened in the last couple months. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be really cool for us to wear that. I know everyone growing up watching Coyotes hockey, it was that, right? It was that white Kachina jersey with you know, the Ronix Kachucks, and that's in my head when I think of Coyotes, I think of that, even the black Kachina. So I think it's going to be really fun to play with that on the road. And I mean, heck, I think we even talk about as players, that could be our home jersey. We'd be okay with it. I mean, we really don't have any bad options. So, I don't think we're biased either. All my Chicago friends text me that, you know, I probably had more texts then than when I have a score a goal about, you know, oh my God, you guys are going back to Kachinas, blah, blah, blah. So I think a lot of people are excited about it. We're excited about it. Should look really good on the ice, and hopefully a lot of wins to go along with the jersey.